Welcome back. It's been a while, to be fair.
It's been a while. Yeah, it has. Why has it been a while, Logan? What has been going on? Why is it taking so long for us to come back? What exactly have you been up to?
It's not just me, yeah. We've all been busy. It's just life
We
gets
have
in the
all
way.
been busy. Life finds a way, but in this one specific case, it did not find a way. It just took fucking ages.
Aye, which
You were ill. I was at a con. There was a day I had to do overtime. We just forgot one day.
yeah, pretty much.
It was pretty poor show by us, but what can you do, man? It's
Um,
been difficult. Let me ask you a question though. When did you watch the movie?
2 nights ago.
I watched it this morning.
No one's surprised.
We've had all this time. I watched it this. I got this morning, went put on the movie, and I actually, because we had to, it wasn't available on any of this. It wasn't available on Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon. So
Did you
I
get
had to use other methods to watch it. So I had to watch it on my big telly, which is better because if I watch it on my phone, I tend to do is like play the Xbox when I'm watching things. But yeah, so I had to watch it through
Channel?
alternative
I think
means.
Channel 5.
Eh?
Is that not an app? Channel 5?
Oh, the Channel 5, I never noticed that one.
Aye, so only reason why I know that's because we've upgraded to Sky Glass, so we get a lot of subscriptions for nothing.
Ah, I see.
This is not an advertisement unless Sky does want to,
Listen,
advertise
the app I use is called Sky Glass as well, however.
us.
Pretty suspicious.
So any film I say, it'll show me what app it's on, and I just like click on it. So I get Netflix, HBO Max, and Disney
Oh,
Plus for
nice.
nothing. So I get a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's not an ad, but Sky, hit us up.
Hey, if you want to hit us up, and I will promise I'll stop mentioning the alternative means that I use to get TV shows.
Next minute, pause phone kicks down your door.
It's like you got a helicopter outside. What's that? Have you got a dodgy fire stick? No, I promise. No, it's a joke for the podcast. So yeah, fair enough. So yeah, I watched it this morning. It's exactly what I remembered it being. To be fair, there was no standout. But I was like, oh, I'd forgot about that. I think I should have. I could have probably done this without watching it again because I remembered pretty much the whole
Interesting.
movie.
Right. Well, before we actually get on to Jumanji, what did you do? What have you been up doing?
What have I been doing? Well, aside from working, because no one wants to hear about me doing lots and lots of overtime, I will say though, 1 month I managed to do 80 hours overtime. I was pretty impressed with myself. And then the next month, I got paid for 90 hours overtime because I got paid as if at work, which is a magical thing they have to give you if you do lots of overtime. They have to pay it when you go on holiday. Amazing. But that's boring. No one cares about that. I have been watching some stuff. I've been watching The Pit. Have you watched The Pit?
No, I've been watching other things.
Okay, so I've been watching The Pit. I have watched most of The Boys. I'm up to date. It's not finished yet, so obviously I've not watched it all. I have put off watching Invincible, and I don't know why. On Amazon, you know Invincible, the animated superhero show. I do like it, and it's finished. I just haven't brought myself to watch it. I have paused in my rewatch of The Walking Dead because I just stopped caring. I'm going to try and watch it, but it was becoming a slog. So that's been pretty
Well,
difficult.
what season you on?
Season 8 or 9, I can't remember.
And now you're saying it's a slog. It's been a slog since like season 2 with the farm.
It did become a big slog, and then there's peaks, like there's bits I'm like, oh wow, this is really good, and then there's bits I'm like, just do something. It's a lot of just doing nothing. A lot like, oh, we need to find things. Okay, if you found them, yes. And then they find things quite easily, quite a lot. It's like, oh, we need all these guns. We've no guns. Okay, one episode, we found lots of guns. I'm like, there's just guns lying about everywhere. That seems weird. So done all that. I will go back to it at some point. I've been watching a lot of actual plays of TTRPGs on Dimension 20. So that's the Dropout TV app. I have watched. I'll tell you this thing I have with the actual plays. So, like, see if people are playing like your D&Ds or your Vampire the Masquerades, all that stuff. The first like 4 episodes are usually amazing, and then see after that it becomes really hard to watch them because you're kind of like, all the kind of excitement's gone. But I highly recommend them. Dropout TV. I've watched the Starstruck. I'm currently watching the Vampire one, which names I forget, and they never stop blowing up. They're very good. Film wise, I watched Mario 2. Which is fine.
Good.
The kids loved it. No, I wasn't fussed. I didn't think it was as good as the first one. Drifted in and out the whole movie, so it can't have been that good. That's all I can think of. What about yourself?
Uh, I've been watching Euphoria, so I'm on the new season.
Oh, I've been planning on watching Euphoria.
This new
Is it good?
season's rough. It's rough as fuck.
Really?
Aye.
In terms of just like what the emotional context, or just bad?
Just bad. So I don't want to spoil it just in case, but obviously it follows certain characters, and like there's some like, so for example, Zendaya's character Rue, her
Uh
character
huh.
in this season has been my favorite. Like I'm like, they should just made her just, although she is the main character, right? But like they should just done like a full season just about her character. Um,
Hmm.
and then you've got Sydney Sweeney who is playing as an OnlyFans model, and it's just getting
Right.
fucking weird with her. And I'm like, I get what the, obviously it's trying to show you about the industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try to not get myself cancelled, no cancelled, but like try to get censored here. And then it shows you the other characters like Jacob Elordi. Don't think Jacob Elordi is actually caring about this TV show now, because he's making bank with the stuff he's been in, like Frankenstein, Wuthering Heights, what else he's been in.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can tell he can't be arsed being in it.
Bit phoning it in kind of
But to
situation.
be fair, it is good for the first two seasons. Um,
Hmm.
but this one is causing a bit of controversy just with Sydney Sweeney, which I didn't
I
know would happen.
have. Well, I think she's kind of a polarizing figure. I actually see if you put like five attractive blonde ladies in a room and took Sydney, which one's Sydney Sweeney? I wouldn't know.
Aye.
I know she's kind of like people seem to be like a lover or hater kind of
Mhm.
situation, but she just she's not been in much that I've seen. And like when I read the things that people are angry about, I'm like, I don't care.
Aye.
But is Zendaya? Is she still in it?
Aye, she's still in it.
Right, Tom Holland's misses
Aye.
possibly. Um, is she like one of the main dudes, or is she just like a kind of?
No, she's the main character, so she
So she's the
so she kind of narrates certain bits. I know.
right, right,
So I don't know if also I don't know if that's him just saying, oh, she is just the full on main character here.
right,
Because the first two seasons it did follow mainly her. This
right,
one he's
right.
kind of splicing into bits and bobs.
Hmm.
I also
Okay.
watched half. I'm been watching Half Man. That's
Yeah,
Richard Gadd's. Uh,
yeah. It's his new series. It's him and it's not Jamie Bell that's in that.
Aye, so I didn't know Jamie Bell was in this.
Right.
Because obviously he's new got to be Duke for the Peaky Blinders TV show.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so I didn't realise he was in it until I seen the credits on the last episode just there. I think it's like episode 3,
Right.
and I was like, oh my god, it's like, oh, it's him. So it's got to be interesting to see what he'll be like in Peaky Blinders for his character in Half Man.
Hmm.
Because obviously, I don't want to spoil that. I know I don't want to spoil Half Man just in case. Because the
Well,
synopsis
I do plan
is
on watching the Half Man. The only reason I didn't watch Half Man is because I was going to put it on the other night, but it was quite a long episode. I'm like, I don't know if I can sit here for an hour.
it's
So
it's really good.
I've heard it's good though.
I just went into it and I was like, I'll just watch it because also it's filmed in Glasgow and I know where they're filming it, so that was
Ah,
only
right,
the
right,
only
right.
reason why I'm watching it. But it's really good. The first episode I was like, what the fuck's going on? But then episode 2, you're like, oh right, this makes more sense.
No, I did. I seen it. There's a couple of things that popped up on iPlayer. I'm like, I want to watch those things, and then I just haven't got around to it yet.
Mm.
Because I reckon like the missus might like it as well. Like if I put it on, I'd like her to be there when we watch it. 'Cause I think she might enjoy it.
Aye.
I watched
Um,
that. Was it Small Profits or something as well? I watched that. It was a BBC thing. It was Mackenzie Crook's new TV show.
is that no that nonce?
Um, so what did you say?
The nonce?
Mackenzie Crook's not a nonce.
No,
What are you talking
no.
about?
The Small Profits. Is that not a band? The single?
Oh, that's the Lost Profits,
Oh,
isn't it?
sorry, I him.
Yeah, it's not about them. No, it's about some dude basically makes some little creatures that can tell the future. Um,
Um,
it's cool. It's a kind of weird, kind of like offbeat comedy. It's got some supernatural elements to it. It's worth watching. It's just a kind of a weird show.
trying to see what else.
Um,
Oh, the two Netflix documentaries, the Hulk Hogan one, and
mm,
If I Should Marry a Murderer, the Scottish documentary.
I've heard of the Hulk Hogan one. I've not heard of the other one. The Hulk Hogan one is it brutal to Hulk Hogan?
What do you mean? Like, as in sad?
Does it shine a lot? But does it just kind of push a lot of the stuff that he done that was like not very nice?
Aye, like he admits like pretty much everything.
Oh, really? Aye.
and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like this is they even say in the first episode like that this was filming obviously just before he passed,
Hmm.
and then they literally do film the interview Triple H and I don't know who the other wrestlers are, but they film during like just 4 hours after he passed. They just go straight to Triple H and interview him, and I was like, oh, that's a bit
What does
too much.
Triple H say? He's like, that guy sucks. I hate him.
he keeps it professional, but then they do the whole the 10-man bell thing, so they kind of show you the event when after he dies, the memorial bit.
Hmm.
Um, he admits about being on steroids, which I didn't know he would admit.
Hmm. I don't think it was much. I mean, I had to admit. I mean, there was, he was absolutely on steroids. It's like
Aye.
human beings don't look like that.
Well, it was
Um,
it 2 years the Vince McMahon documentary came out,
it must have been, aye.
and it was like they had Hulk Hogan on it, and still when they admit steroids, and it cut to a guy who says, "Yeah, it was helping me inject steroids into me." Doesn't make
I
sense.
remember there was a famous story about Hulk Hogan. Was that like his ass was so scarred with the amount of steroids he'd been injecting into it, that it was actually hard for him to get needles into his ass because it was all scar tissue for just getting jagged constantly. And that was like the old days. That was like your old like 80s steroids,
Aye.
like gorilla steroids and stuff. It was like the fine-tuned ones that like Hugh Jackman takes that like they beam down from
Aye.
space. It was like, it was proper like a dirty needle in a toilet in the back of a gym.
They
Um,
go through all the
but yeah.
surgeries he's been through, and I'm like, man, how is he still alive at that time? But I
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I felt a wee bit bad for him. See after he dies, it was like, oh, it's a wee bit sad.
We twinge.
Aye, but I know the WWE fans go, no, no, he's a dick.
Like, I mean, see, ultimately, like, he was a lot of different things to a lot of different people. It was like seeing growing up, I loved Hulk Hogan. It was the best thing ever. And then you like there, he's just a guy that done a lot of stuff that a lot of it was kind of shit. You're
Aye,
like, well,
but that comes down
maybe he
to
just wasn't a very smart guy. He was
aye.
just a guy that's like, well, I have to do it to get ahead.
hmm
Fuck it,
But that's the same thing. It's
because
like at that time wrestling. I might be wrong because I know like, there'll be fans out there saying, "Oh no, it was this and that." But like this was the time like wrestling was kind of becoming a big thing, like
absolutely, yeah,
mainstream.
yeah.
Because like Hulk Hogan was the first WWE superstar because he was the first one to do
Mm.
films, commercials.
That shit, yeah. Oh, loads of stuff, I. Well, it's just to go off on a tangent. It's not movie related for a second. I think people are interesting because like I would never do this. I would never do that. I would never do these things. It's like, cool. What if you were offered the opportunity to do it though?
Yeah,
And by doing it, you personally gained a great deal. Like, it's easy to say, I would give all my money away if you've no money. Like, it's easy to say, I would always be kind to everybody
aye,
if it doesn't really matter whether you are. But if you're given an opportunity to screw over some people, but your family will be looked after, you'll make a mega career and you'll move on, and maybe the people won't even find out it was you that screwed them over.
hmm
Not that I'm saying you should, and not I'm saying that morality doesn't exist. I'm just saying that it's easy to say things when it's not your life. And also, if you're just not a very smart person, like just a guy, it's like, oh yeah, do this, and like maybe you've got this group of people telling you it's a great idea, and you're going to benefit. Maybe you're not necessarily thinking about anyone else. You're thinking about, well, look how many wrestlers die on the road. Look how many wrestlers die pennilessly. With no money,
that's the
like
thing.
in
Aye.
a trailer park. How many of them die in the toilets of a like steroid mega overdose, like rattling cocaine off like strippers and stuff, and their heart explodes. You know, not a lot of old wrestlers, was there, back in those days?
That's that. Aye.
Anyway,
Like,
that's been my 2 pence.
um, well, I don't know if you want to move on for like then I've got
Nah, let's just do this for the rest of the cast. I've got plenty to say. No, no, no. Have you got movie news for it?
so Michael Jackson's biopic came out, didn't you?
Yes,
So
of course.
now A24 has dropped a trailer for Anthony Bourdain to get a biopic, and it's got the
Cool.
the young guy for the holdovers, which we've seen and done for the podcast.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
it made me think there's too many biopics coming out now.
interesting.
I've got a list here, and some I've not actually added, but I know off by heart. So although there's a Michael Jackson one done, they're making a second part to that. You have uh, Mr. Burton, which is coming out this year. It's a drama exploring the life of a Welsh actor, Richard Burton.
Okay, yeah,
You have
no, that's
the
fine.
Stallone biopic about Rocky, called I Play Rocky. I'm not even kidding on. You've got the Madden biopic focus on the life and football coach and commentator John Madden, the Anthony Bourdain man, Young Washington, obviously following George Washington, Pike River, a true
Stefan.
story drama centered on two women fighting for justice. Paris Hilton's getting a biopic.
Uh,
Moving on. And then Hershey's, the fucking chocolate bar's getting one. And don't forget, the Beatles are getting four films of each Beatle. And then
each Beatles getting their own biopic.
aye, that's why you've got Barry Cohen, the guys in Fantastic Four, and California Scheming is the one James McAvoy's directional
Aye.
debut. So
That's aye.
we have so many biopics coming out. What's your thoughts on that?
Are they cheap to make or something?
I don't know,
Right.
because I don't.
Are they making money? They must be making money. Did Elton John one make money?
Aye,
Let's find out.
that made money easily.
Right. Rocket Man it was called, wasn't it? Rocket Man.
If you think about it,
That was 6-year-old. That one's 7-year-old. That's madness.
it's weird how long that took, isn't it?
Right. So it cost 40 million. It made 195 million. Okay. So that's probably your answer. So it made, 3 times its budget, 4 times its budget, and it was cheap to make. Okay. The Michael Jackson one, I'm sure, was very expensive.
I would not be surprised. I
Movie.
want to see it. To be fair, I really want to see it.
See, I'm not asked about it at all. I mean, I was a Michael Jackson fan, but okay, right. So that one, in fairness, so it cost, they reckon, $200 million, but it made 600, so it'll probably make more. So yeah, that's, it's made its money. That's the only thing I can think of, is that they're maybe quite cheap to make, and then they make enough money that it's like, well, that's worth making. It's like horror movies. We can make it for 5 million. It'll make 25 million. It's just money in the bank.
It's the same way the Saw
and it's
series.
name recognition, isn't it? Eh?
The Saw series. That's why it was
Exactly.
cheaply made.
Yeah, you get a warehouse, you get some kind of like, middle of the road actors, a couple of like famous faces off the telly. You shoot the whole thing in like 30 days, and like, it's cost this much, it'll make this much because the same people will go and see it. And like a name recognition must be enough. It's like, oh well, people know who this is. Like the Madden one's going to do terrible everywhere in the world apart from America.
Well, do you know who's playing Madden? Nicolas Cage.
I mean, I don't know how to respond to the words you just said there.
So
Okay. Elderly Nicolas Cage is going to be playing young John Madden, or?
I'm not a Madden fan, so I don't really know. But yeah,
I know nothing about John Madden. I thought John Madden was the guy from the American football games. That's who I thought he was.
is that?
I
don't know.
Yeah, Madden NFL or something, isn't it?
No, we'll watch this because this will educate us. It's an educational one.
I am never going to watch that movie, mate. Right, the Queen movie is actually... Hold on, that can't be the right one. That's...
Bohemian Rhapsody.
What was... Bohemian Rhapsody it was called, wasn't it? Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, that one's 8-year-old and all. Let's see what that made.
That made easy money.
Right, there you go. 50 to 55 million, made 910 million.
Oh.
I think I know why they've made... Like, okay, I think we've cracked the case here. Right. Cheap, make money. So if you hit the right one, it looks like you're getting a return regardless. But I've not watched one. I've not watched the Bohemian Rhapsody. I've not watched Rocket Man. I won't watch the Michael Jackson one. I would be more inclined to watch the Rocket Man because I've seen the scene where he sings "I'm Still Standing," and I quite like that song. But also, I could just watch that song.
I would tell you from Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man, Rocket Man's better.
Oh really? Aye.
I preferred Rocket Man for some reason. But I mean, it's the same way Robbie Williams. Sorry, because we're doing Jumanji. Robbie Williams. He's got his kind of take on a biopic, but him playing
his was
monkey.
Crazy though. I don't know who the hell signed off on that movie.
I'm not gonna lie, it was good. It worked. Who cares? It only made a lot of money in the UK.
Because it cost I'm sure it cost like 150 million. I'm looking it up as we speak, and it made nothing. 110 million to make it, and it made 22.5.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was good though.
It was. I remember at the time you saying, I'm sure you messaged the group chat and went, "This movie's great," by the way. And I was like, "That's cool,"
but it's not.
I was good. Who's that for?
I think it's a concept.
Hmm.
But to be fair, you think, why the fuck is a monkey? I may as well go see what the heck this is all about. But then you've got the
Yeah.
balancing of, why would I want to see an artist play as a monkey as himself? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? It's that two sides of a coin.
I think what he said was it's because he's always felt less evolved than like the musicians around. He always felt like he's not worthy.
Mhm.
So it's like so he thought of himself as a monkey. He also done like a whole bit about monkeys on one of his albums as well. There's a song called "Me and My Monkey," I think.
Me and my
Um,
monkey. Sorry, that's not
yeah.
pure mean. Um,
Anyway, yeah. So, but again, that was the only one that's made no money. But of course, it made no money. What were they thinking?
yeah.
Like,
But I think that was the director that did The Greatest Showman. I'm sure.
no, really?
I might be wrong on that, but
Yeah.
it had that same kind of feeling with
Like
it.
the Beatles, I think 4 Beatles movies is too many.
Yeah, so
Like,
it's each actor's getting each Beatles getting their own Beatles film, but I think I don't know if
then they're getting
it's
like an Avengers style movie at the
pretty
end.
much. Um, but speaking of kind of multiverse, not really a
Aye.
multiverse, but company film, Sony is just confirmed all their video game adaptation films.
All right.
So for the film section, we have Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted 2 has been confirmed, Ghost of Tsushima,
Really? Did Uncharted make any money?
I think so. No, I don't think so.
Hmm.
This one threw me off. The Legend of Zelda. So
That makes sense.
they've partnered between Sony Pictures and Nintendo. You've
Yeah,
got
they've done that for
the
Mario already, didn't they? So,
Resident Evil movie reboot.
yeah. Right. Uncharted made 400 million off 120 million budget. It did make money.
That's because no one. I'm surprised because obviously I know a lot of people watch that film because it's just Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, but then they know the game.
I would have watched Tom Holland in a movie, to be fair, because I like Tom Holland, but I just kind of forgot to watch that film.
It's shit.
But everything I heard about it was bad. I'm like, why would I watch this? Because I don't have any connection to the game. I played it once. It was good, but never went back to it.
It-
But fair enough, it made money, so
Aye.
obviously they're going to do another one.
That's the thing. The
And The
other
Legend of Zelda, off the back of Mario, they were always going to make a Legend of Zelda movie.
aye. They're also making a Helldivers film, Metal Gear Solid, and Gravity Rush. They're the last films. And
Metal Gear Solid's interesting. Helldivers, we already have Starship Troopers, but I guess we can watch that movie as
Jason
well.
Momoa, he's meant to be in the Helldivers film.
I mean, I'm more likely to watch it if Jason Momoa's in it, to be
But
fair.
that's the thing,
So,
if they get the big actors in, aye, surely. TV series.
yeah.
You're also getting season 3 of The Last of Us, season 2 of Twisted Metal, and God of War.
So, season 2 of Twisted Metal's already out.
Sorry,
I watched it. Season 3, I assume you mean.
Aye, I've not seen it, to be fair. I'm never interested in Twisted Metal.
It's actually pretty good. I would say I've never played the games, but I quite enjoy it. I watched it because Anthony Mackie was in it. I quite like him. So
Well, there you go.
yeah,
watched
he's
it.
charming in it. He's worth watching.
No, I was a bit confused with this because I'm sure they're making this as a live action as well, but the Dark Souls series.
Oh yeah, sorry, Dark. Yeah. I'm bringing it somewhere else there. Yeah, Dark Souls. That is going to be a depressing ass TV show.
Sorry, no, it's a TV show. So apparently the Bloodborne game is getting an animation.
Oh yeah, mate. Yeah.
But I'm sure I seen set design of a live action Dark Souls game.
I'm getting mixed up. Dark Souls. Which is the one where you die really? Is that Dark? Oh, I'm thinking.
Dark Souls
I'm
and
getting two
Bloodborne.
different franchises. Yeah. I'm getting my franchises mixed up. This Dark Riders or something. I'm thinking
Aye.
of. Yeah, Dark Souls is the one where you're like, you fight the guys. You've got to like do the rules and stuff. And if you're too slow, you die
Aye.
immediately. Okay.
And then Ghost of
Yeah.
Tsushima, that is also getting an animation.
Heard that's really good. Never played it.
First one, I've now played the second game, but the first one's, oh man, what a beautiful game that is. I've got two other things. So I know you'd love this film, The Devil's Wear Prada.
Oh yeah, one of my favourite shit. It's on right now.
So the second film already surpassed the original film's entire box office grossing
Oh really?
just in 2 weeks. So
That's
the movie
crazy.
revisits Andy Sachs and Miranda Priestley 20 years later, exploring the changing media landscape. Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, and the director are open for a possibility for a third instalment, but
Why would they do that?
I think because the way it's earned. So
Okay. Oh yeah, because of money. Oh yeah. Oops.
money. So it earned 101.8 million nationally and 222.2 million overseas during the premiere week for a whopping
Aye.
324 million worldwide. And the second weekend, the movie grossed at 433 at the box office, significantly outpacing the 326.5 million the original 2006 film grossed during the entire theatrical run.
Check that out.
That's
I mean, like, again,
that's impressive.
it's one of these things. I've seen The Devil Wears Prada. I don't remember anything much about it apart from Emily Blunt is like the other girl in it.
She's the bitch. In it.
Yeah, she's a bit I like Emily Blunt. She seems nice. But I think that was just before her career really took off.
Mm-hmm.
But like the movie was fine. But I think it's when it means a lot to specific people.
Mm-hmm.
I am not one of those people, so I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. I'm glad that movie exists.
I'm
Good
the
for you.
same.
Good for you, movie. Yeah.
Was it? I think it was last year I actually watched it for the first time, and I liked it. But same.
Yeah. Again, I watched it. Thought, oh, that's quite good.
Aye. It's definitely one of the films you need to see at least once. I think.
Aye. I remember there's a specific scene in it, so I do remember some of it apparently, and she talks about like why fashion's important, and like she talks about the colour she's wearing, and that colour only exists in that knockoff brand she's wearing because of all these other things. And I remember at the time thinking, yeah, so, but like, it's like I don't care about any of that, but I understood the thought process. But it's like, oh, that's clever. Like, you know, the crap I'm wearing, like, you know, my £7 shirt. This is probably exists because at some point a fashion designer made a thing, and then years later, the crap that I wear kind of copied it really badly. So yeah, all the band T-shirts that I wear.
I guess it's obviously to do with how fashion's changed over the last 20 years. I
think so.
20 years.
And because it's art as well. It's art, is what they say. It's like, well, yeah, then, you know, it makes sense. We should make art. So we make art with kind of crazy clothes. Like the Met Gala. Should we talk about the Met Gala? Did you watch see all the people in the Met Gala?
I've not seen it. Literally not seen anything about it.
I stumbled across it because they were making fun of Katy Perry. I'm like, oh, what's Katy Perry up to now? Googled it, I'm like, all right, I can see where they're making fun of Katy Perry. She was basically wearing like a dress and she had like a fencing mask on, and I'm like, oh, it looks like a spacesuit. I'm like, nah, it looks like a fencing mask. I think she's just getting shit on right now because she just keeps like opening her mouth and saying dumb things. And I was just looking at all the very rich people. Kim Kardashian was wearing like a metal suit that had been spray painted at like a spray shop in Airdrie.
I actually seen Sabrina Carpenter's one.
Aye. Of course you did. Of course you did, mate. Yeah.
Because also Sabrina.
Because you're outside her house. Yeah, she was leaving. Yeah, I know.
What do you call that? The film Sabrina. I don't know what you want to call it. The film strips.
Okay. What, the celluloid? What are you talking about here?
No, see the actual film roll of a film.
Yeah.
Like in the cinema.
Yes.
So she had made the full film roll of Sabrina. Oh my god, this is a fucking tongue twister.
Hold a second, right? Sabrina Carpenter, Carpenter, Met Gala. There we go. That'll be easier.
I don't know how to explain it.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. So she basically, it's on her Instagram, of course it is. That's what you know about it. Yeah, cheeky bastard. Right, it's film strip, yeah. So from the movie Sabrina, of course. Okay, cool. So it just says film strips. Yeah, there you go. And she's wearing very big high heels. Good for her. It's one of these things. It's I've seen people going mad about it, like, I'm watching these rich people do these things. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a fundraising event for the museum. I don't care.
Aye.
Like, I'm not mad at people for, like, you know, wearing dresses. There's much worse things going on in the world.
Do you know what you should be mad at?
What?
Film series that should have died by now.
Ooh, what's that?
It's now making more stuff. The Fast and Furious series.
First of all, there's nothing to be mad at with that entertaining film at all.
Series, trilogy, no, franchise. Sorry,
yeah, it's not a trilogy. It's like a 4 trilogies at this point. I don't even know what you call it when there's 12 of them.
It is now getting 4 TV shows set in the Fast and Furious universe. It's developed by Peacock, and the franchise will star Vin Diesel, and he will be in helping production in that. Oh, sorry, he'll be producing it.
No way.
Yeah, it's literally got confirmed like a couple hours ago.
No, you're lying to my face right now. I'm not accepting what you've said.
What do you mean?
I don't know why you're lying. I don't know why you would do that to me.
Why would I say that to you?
Because you've got a head injury. just to throw this one here, Fast X came out in 2023 and Fast Forever's coming out in 2028.
Yeah.
Why are they waiting 4 years between these movies?
Uh,
That's
money.
crazy. Here we go. Money. Blah blah blah. Hobbs and Rays. Hobbs and Rays. Blah. Don't care about any of that. Short films. Don't care about any of that. Just television. Oh yeah, that was oh yeah. Wow, there was six seasons of a cartoon of it. That's crazy.
I didn't know that.
Here we go. It was four line of talent. Pre-cut. Man, I was playing. All right. Okay. One of them. Well, the three others are in various stages of development. What it's saying here. So, of the four, one might come to pass. I think I've said this before. My hot take is that the only reason Fast and Furious actually blew up the way it did, it was mildly popular. Then Paul, what's his face, died. And then that blew up the seventh movie. Paul Walker, thank you. Paul Walker died, and that blew up the seventh movie because they had that bit at the end with the CGI Paul Walker and that, and it was sweet. And no way, help me, my friend, and it was beautiful. And then they keep making the movies, but that's the only reason it blew up. It's the same as the second Batman movie. The only reason it was as massive as it was is because Heath Ledger died just as it came out. So that's what you want to do. You want to just kill one of the actors in the movie as it comes out. And people will be like, oh, I should watch that. It's a joke. Nobody should kill actors to make movies more popular. But, like, you know, I like the Fast and Furious movies. I watched them and then eventually I couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, this is just stupid. I'll accept a lot of things, but I won't accept John Cena as Vin Diesel's brother. Like, you could not get two humans that look more different. Like I think they give like John Cena like a spray tan to try and make him look a bit more like Vin Diesel, and they do mention maybe like, oh yeah, the weird genetics of like your family tree. I'm like, has he got all the genetics? Because one of those guys look like he's Swedish, and one of those guys looks like he is not Swedish. So yeah, it was crazy. But you know, again, they also do like, you know, throw grenades, like drive cars off of buildings and hit helicopters, so what the hell do I know?
They'll be going to space eventually.
They've been to space.
I'm not caught up. I don't fucking watch shit.
They go to space for some reason in one of the movies. I can't remember why, but they go to space. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Is that the one with Francis Ngannu's in it?
I don't know, man. It's the one that the Ludacris goes to space for some reason.
That's
Um,
mental.
But anyway, that's fine. Anyway, so that's those movies. Yeah, great, good for them.
What we've
He needs more
learned
money.
is
He's obviously skint.
we don't get originality as much now.
Oh, shut up. There's loads of original movies out there. You just don't watch them. We don't watch original movies. We went back and watched Jumanji. There's 2 more Jumanji movies and a third one coming because Jumanji's great.
Well, I don't know.
Anyway.
We'll get to that.
Is it? No, I have things to say about this movie actually.
So obviously the main thing we're here, Jumanji.
Aye. Jumanji.
So The Rock was great in it. Kevin Hart was a bit shite. I also know for this one. Talk about the original. Did you know it was based on a book?
I did. Only because I'd looked up ages ago some kind of children's book. I think it's some kind of picture book. I actually should have looked up what the book looked like, but I think it's quite a short book.
Yeah, so it is based on Chris Van Allsburg's 1981 children's book. So I've got a wee bit of stuff about what the book had compared to what obviously it's not in the film. So it's also based on a short illustrated book by Chris Van Allsburg. The original book was much darker, and it was a simple, nothing too going to other locations kind of thing. It was basically in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So the book only features Peter and Judy, although the movie introduces Alan Parrish, who was trapped like 30 years in the jungle, and Sarah Whittle.
Aye.
Also with the characters with Van Pelt and Aunt Nora.
Yeah.
In the book, the chaos is contained within the house, and the children calmly try and finish the game. The movie creates havoc throughout the town of Brantford.
Mm-hmm.
In the book, the game ends, they return, and it's over. The movie features dramatic cinematic ending where Alan wins, reversing all the destruction and returning to 1969. I think that's when that was based on.
Something like that. Yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah,
book,
yeah. That's what it says here now.
the book is more quiet, fantasized, and slightly eerie story. The movie is a high energy action film. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so specific scenes, the book features a volcano and a guide, which is obviously absent in the movie. While the movie adds scenes like the stampede through the town, spiders, and the hunter, obviously Van Pelt. Um,
Aye.
but just for a spoiler, if anyone is reading the book, the new, turn away. No pun intended. But the final page of the book shows two other children, Danny and Walter, finding the game, which acts out as a teaser for a special book, which was also made into a movie, Zafura,
Zathura, that's correct.
which was John Favreau directs that.
Mm-hmm. Starring
Oh, to say.
his name. Ah, you okay?
Aye, sorry,
You sorted?
he's came in asking about EE
Right,
this time.
cool. Just so Zathura, the
Unofficial
unofficial
sequel.
sequel. Yeah, because it was a sequel to Jumanji, but I think they just decided to make its own thing. It's got Dak Shepard in it, which is, if you know Dak Shepard, he's in lots and lots of stuff. He's just like one of those guys.
Yeah.
Josh Hutcherson's in it, which I did not know until this very second. And he's in loads and loads of stuff. If you've seen his face, you'd recognise him from. Don't know if
Aye.
you ever watched Future Man.
Well,
He was in
I
that.
was going to say
Uh,
Five Nights at Freddy's.
He was Five Nights at Freddy's. He was in The Beekeeper,
Hmm.
if anyone watched that, which is a strangely bad movie. He was also in the Hunger Games movies as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, he's like he's got quite a career. He's just one of those dudes that just keeps doing stuff.
Yeah,
Kirsten
I was
Stewart's in
going to
it, which I
say,
didn't even
aye.
know. That's crazy. I've seen that movie exactly once, and I remember Dak Shepard was in it because I remember he's married to Christ. See what I mean? Like, this is my old man brain.
Hmm.
Dak Shepard is married to Kristen Bell. That's it. That always sticks in my mind. It's weird that they're married. Not really weird,
It's
but just
also Tim Robbins plays the Da,
yeah, yeah.
and I don't know why he always pops up. Derek Mears, who was the stuntman for a lot of uh, for an example, he was Jason in Friday the 13th, the reboot. So he's very known well in stuntman world.
However, Logan, we didn't watch Zathura, so we should probably stop
Aye,
talking about
sorry,
it.
I don't know. We just went on a tangent with it. Maybe the
It's just because it was. I think maybe we should because like we were like, oh, I know all those actors, and
Yeah.
I've seen it, and I'm sure I was like, this movie's pretty decent. Anyway, we
Um,
digress. We'll maybe watch it another time.
aye. Also, it's directed by Joe Johnson, who made
Mm-hmm.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else he made because that's the only one I really cared about.
That's the only one you'd heard of, yeah.
Yeah. And he was working. He worked for Industrial Light and Magic, who also worked
Yep.
on Star Wars.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, Industrial Light and Magic was George Lucas's company, wasn't it? So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know what to really say about what the subplot would be. No, sorry, the synopsis for Jumanji, except for
Well, yeah, young boy finds game, gets magic ensues. 30 years later, different kids find game, finish previous game. I'm always like the Jumanji magical device, the MacGuffin that is Jumanji, is literally the most powerful device. It's like an Infinity Stone level of power
aye.
because it can change history, but only in very specific because it can obviously took them back in time, but also erased the memories of the two kids.
Yeah, so it's like
So it destroyed that timeline altogether.
aye, like
Mental.
it makes sense, but then at the same time, like that fucks with your mentality.
Well, aye, because Robin Williams and Bonnie Hunt are going to have. They do kind of allude to it slightly. They do say, "Oh, I'm starting to feel like I'm a kid again."
Aye.
But do they mean they forget? Because they obviously don't forget about the two kids whose parents die at the beginning of the movie, and then they save them by getting the parents to come and work for them. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
but so their memories fade. But so he remembers being alone in the jungle for 26 years, and she remembers being like a social outcast for 26 years. Like, I don't know, like that seems like that might mess you up because like she had to like he was 14 and he was 14, so they have to go through puberty again. They have to like be 40-year-old minds and like 14-year-old bodies,
Aye.
which might be good or might not be good. I'm not entirely
Probably
sure.
not.
She probably wakes up at night screaming sometimes, like, ah, the tigers are going to eat me. And I'm like, the hell are you talking about? It's like, all right, okay, I can't talk about the magic game. So,
Yeah, because that's what they basically Sarah basically spoke about for the years, and they're like, "You're just mental."
yeah, well, then, so at 14, they were so traumatized by what happened, they stayed together.
Yeah,
Like, so at 14, like, so they never left and went off to college or anything. They just stayed together and they just focused their entire life on these kids who haven't been born yet. So they could save their parents from dying.
but
And I
that
guess
seems
Bonnie
such like
Hunt's character
a waste.
kind of. And Bonnie Hunt's not like, well, I was in the real world. I know the names of like there was presidents that were killed between that decade and like, 1994. 1991,
Does
whatever it
that
was.
change? Like him Back to the Future,
Mm.
like one wee daft thing, it could change the future. Would that do the same
Well,
for Jumanji?
you'd assume it'd be the ripple effect, depending on what rules they use for this. But obviously, the parish shoe company keeps going because obviously the dad doesn't go mental and start looking for his son. Because obviously they do that scene where like the town is kind of in like economic decay, like all the shops are shut, there's
Aye.
like porno shops everywhere and all that kind of stuff. And then like so I guess the town survives. So they've literally changed the world in some massive way. Like what's the ripple effects of all that, you know?
Well,
Anyway, so
just
lots
because
of weirdness.
just because you're talking about the parish shoe shop, shoe maker
Aye.
shop,
Shoe company, shoe factory, yeah.
do you know that mural is still there to this day?
I did see that, yeah, that was it became a kind of focal point after Robin Williams died. People would go there and like light
Aye.
candles and all that kind of
So
stuff.
that was at it was also filmed at Keene, New Hampshire.
Uh-huh.
Beloved residents loved it that much they basically repainted it because the crew erased it when they went away.
Yeah, they repaid it because obviously it becomes a tourist attraction, doesn't it? Because the movie was
Yeah,
popular.
it's
Right.
just
So sticking to the facts about the movie, right? So like first act, all the stuff happens.
mhm.
Um, let me ask you, how did you enjoy the movie? What there's any scenes you particularly enjoyed, or
So it's weird seeing it now compared to
Mm.
seeing it as a Wayne,
Yep.
and I was like, oh, this is really deep for remembering. Oh, it's Robin Williams. He's fun and
Yeah,
no,
because he's not very fun during the movie
no,
at
not at
all.
all.
He is not fun, Robin Williams. He's kind of like pissed off, dad, Robin Williams. And obviously that was part of it was to soften him a bit and all that as well. But he
He
wasn't like a lot of fun.
he was a dick to Peter.
He was,
I
yeah.
didn't like that at all. I really did not like that.
Mm. I mean, that's the whole point. He softens a bit. He becomes like his surrogate dad and all that. And he realizes he's like, he's being too hard on his son. But also, when he goes back to the past, his dad immediately softens on him as soon as he
That
says sorry and
that
gives him
didn't
a
make
hug.
sense.
It's like so his dad is like for being angry to immediately be like, oh, you don't have to go if you don't want to, son. He was sending him that
Aye,
afternoon, and he's like, why did he not say that to him earlier on?
aye.
Like, you don't have to go if you don't want to. You can stay here, but this is a great opportunity for you. You still get to come home. But that seems a weird one. Also, one thing I want to throw in there: you seen how much the parish shoe factory meant to the town.
Hmm.
The kids were bullying him.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
Like, in what universe? Oh, the rich kid's getting bullied off all the poors whose parents worked for his dad. Absolutely not. Right? His dad would have to like say one word. He wouldn't have to say one word. They'd be like, "So your dad works for my dad, yeah? Are you sure you want to beat the? Because they beat the shit out of
Aye.
him right in front of the factory at
It's
one
like
point.
that.
Like, no, they
There's
didn't.
people run about him and like, just let it happen. You know what I mean?
Well, five kids beat the shit out of the boss's kid in front of me. It's like you would at the very least just be like, "No, no, boys, don't do that,"
Aye.
because
Do it
he
around the
might
corner.
sack us all. Yeah, like do it further away. That was such a weird scene. I'm like, that has never happened. Parrish, he'd maybe be the one bullying some of the kids, maybe, but like the entire town literally depends on this place to keep them all afloat.
Yeah.
yeah, you're certainly he's not getting bullied by anyone. And then, oh, the school I'm getting sent to's got buildings named after me, mate. That's going to do quite well for you. Like, no one's going to be slagging you because your dad has the gym hall named after him. So that was quite funny. I did like the bit where the Soul Man had made like the first pair of sneakers and wanted to put them on the famous basketball player. That was quite funny.
I was a bit confused. So his son was the Polis.
No, that's him.
Is it?
Yeah. So see when they've done it in 1960, that was obviously meant to be they used the same actor, which is what made it a bit confusing.
Right.
Because it's like he obviously looked like he was 40, but he was meant to be like, 21 or something
Aye.
and created the sneaker.
'Cause that's
And then all those years later he was meant to be like 50, but it's like he's just got a different haircut. It's the exact same guy.
because at the same time I was like, right, because also in my head, like, also Robin Williams is looks the same age as him.
Yeah.
So it was like
So it's like
I always thought he was like the son. I was like, oh, right, that makes sense.
no, that's the same cat. That's why because he says to him in the car, "Oh, you got called the Soul Man." I can't remember the character's name, but
Aye.
you got called the Soul Man, and that's why he's like, "Oh yeah, I got called the Soul Man." So I'm guessing he was maybe playing like himself as a very very young man,
Hmm.
and then himself as like a 50-year-old man. But like
It didn't
you
work
know,
out.
he didn't like the small amount of grey they gave him his hair did not give that away at all. I was like, all right, cool.
Well,
Um,
I was going to say, I was going to say, well, you also we've got to talk about Van Pelt next.
yeah. I thought that was clever. I thought it was clever having the actor Jonathan Hyde play him and his Van Pelt. I thought that was quite fun.
As a kid, I didn't understand it, but now I do.
As a yeah, I'll be honest with you. See, as a kid, I never noticed.
Oh, really?
So, no, straight off my head, it was only when I rewatched it years later, I'm like, oh, that's the same actor. Because I didn't really care about the beginning or the end of the movie, because like, who cares?
Nothing.
I like the exciting bit in the middle when there was like cool things happening. So I just never noticed that Jonathan Hyde played the same character twice.
Because obviously
You
it's meant to
think?
be a metaphor for Alan. Like, how can I explain it? Like,
Because he even says. Because he says the same thing, like you got to face your fears head on and that.
mhm.
It's weird that Alan doesn't mention it though. Like,
Yeah,
because he can see him.
well,
Like, that's his dad.
I think it's because obviously he knows Van Pelt in the jungle.
Yeah.
Because like he's obviously he doesn't know. Well, I mean, to be fair, Sarah doesn't mention it. It's like, yeah, he looks like your dad.
She's not seen his dad for a while though. I mean, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Actually, it's
'Cause
like,
it's like,
so why does your dad? Why is your dad in the game as well? Like, did he get sucked into the game? It's like, no, he's a different guy. It's like he looks just like your dad. Is that like a metaphor for like growing up or something?
aye,
You think offhand she'd be like, is your mum in the game as well? Is she like an evil person in the game? No, because his mum was obviously nice to him.
aye, it's a bit,
So yeah,
it's a bit weird, but I liked it. I mean, also it's symbolizing him like he's not facing his fears with his dad. Like
yeah.
some of the stuff,
It's the game itself, yeah, doing like magic things. It's like, it's taking bits of your own life, but
aye, like
why in just that one instance? Why was it not the bullies that were like chasing them? Why did they not come out of the game? Like, because he was scared of them.
well,
Surely that'd have been more symbolic if he beat the shit out of like that little Tommy kid.
maybe the monkeys will maybe.
Uh, that's a valid point. Maybe the monkeys were be. Um, so yeah, so going through the movie, yeah, he gets out. They meet up with Bonnie Hunt. She's had a tough time in the last 26 years. They have kind of various adventures. Did you think it was a bit scary for kids, this movie? Do you think it was a bit too, like...
No, so I did read a part of it saying during the testing, a lot of the ones where during test audiences noted the film was much scarier than expected. Scenes like the spider,
Aye.
the hunter, and then initially intense. It pushed the limits on what a family film could have been at the time.
Mm. If those spiders had moved more smoothly, they'd have been really... Because they look like little kind of weird models and stuff. If those things had moved like spiders, they'd have been terrifying. I mean,
mean-
like the one that came down from the ceiling was scary, and then the rest of them, like, kind of like they jerk side to side. I'm like, nah, I could take one of them. That's all right. It's pretty slow.
I think I think it was a bit better. Like, see when Robin Williams was sunk into the ground.
Yeah.
I think that was a bit fuck that kind of thing. Like, aye, that was a wee bit oofed.
That was a bit much, But what made me laugh is like because his legs were coming out the ceiling.
Yeah.
So if he just went straight down, he just fell out the ceiling.
Well,
He'd have been fine.
I thought it was just either where he's stoning, like so, like it's still connected to him. So, like, see if he
Yeah.
fell down, he'd fall down to the other ground, and he's gubbed.
Yeah, he just broke his legs or something, you know.
No, like he just sinks me in. So, like, see when he's
Oh, you
going,
mean just hit the next ground? You would just sink the
aye,
next level?
that's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
thought
yeah. Aye.
it was entailing.
It did seem because it's like the game's kind of giving them a hard time. Up until that point, they've managed to run away from everything.
Mm.
You can't really run away from being stuck in the floor.
Yeah,
That
but
was
then
pretty
no one else
hardcore.
is affected. Oh, I've
Bonnie
just
Hunt,
answered
so she tries to drag him out, and
aye,
her arms get stuck, doesn't she?
but
Aye.
that's because she's grabbing onto him, so it's like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
connection wee bit.
Yeah, because then the floor kind of solids up again. I'm not really sure why that happened. Again, they just obviously wanted that scene.
Well, it almost solves
And then
up
the earthquake kind of
because
solves it.
Peter does his role, and that's why the spiders come. Because
Ah,
it was Alan's role. That's why it was affecting him till his role was over.
oh, that's valid. Okay.
So that's why
Although,
certain things were going a wee bit. Oh, that's it stopped kind of thing.
so basically they'll come at you until the next row, and then they'll just wander off and do their own
Yeah, I
thing.
think that's why
Because
the
like obviously,
vines kind of stopped.
aye.
I might be wrong on that.
Well, apart from later on, the vines come back and spit
Yeah,
at Kirsten Dunst.
I mean,
Like, okay, knife to the throat.
you could argue the fact, obviously, like the lion, the tiger lion.
It's a lion, big giant lion. Yeah,
Um,
just kind of hangs out.
I thought, do you know? I thought it was so funny when he was sleeping on the bed. I don't know why that's
It's
funny.
like the idea it's just chilling out. I mean, it was funny. Like she opens the doors, like ah. Um,
Would
I'll
you?
tell you. Mhm.
I was going to say, what was your thoughts on obviously the film? It was mixed with practical effects and early CGI. Obviously CGI was developing at that point in the mid
Yeah,
nineties.
I don't want to shit on it too. It was 1995 or 1996 or something. I don't want to shit on it too hard, but I mean the CGI is appalling.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at the time that was like cutting edge, amazing.
Yeah,
But like you look at it now and it's like, whoa, this is bad. The practical effects, I've seen better practical effects. Remember when we watched Killer Clowns?
yeah.
Like those clown masks were amazing.
Mm.
Like they were something else. Like they are like moving around and shit. They were good. I felt like everything in this looked like, oh, this is like a puppet. And I thought like, I don't know if we could have done better back then. I don't know if that was a choice they made because it was a kids movie. But I mean, they were cool, but they looked like they looked like
So
at best like stuffed animals.
I agree and I disagree. So
Okay.
with the tiger, the lion, whatever it's called, right?
Jeff the Lion, yes.
Jeff the lion, let's call him that. When
Yeah.
I think it works well with it. I know it's also it was part mechanical, practical, whatever.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Aye.
So obviously when he's in the shadow, it's called a statue, right? But it worked. But
Mm.
see when it was just the tail going along the piano and then it's a paw, brilliant, right?
That was good. Yeah, yeah.
I think the CGI worked well in that. I know partially because see when it's jumped down the stairs, next minute it's practical. I thought that was good.
Aye.
The only
I think it definitely.
no, you go.
I was yeah, definitely what the kind of transition from practical CGI for 1996
It
was
worked
it was
alright.
really good. Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna again. Not gonna shit on it too hard because we've seen
The
so much by this
the
point.
monkeys was my problem, and all I would say, we kind of shit on it, but that was oh mate, I was dated to fuck.
The monkeys were like it was weird because I think they created a new type of CGI to give the monkeys like hair, but they kind of looked like they were all balding. Like it looked like the hair was kind of missing
Mhm.
from a lot of it. And I'm like, I don't know if you'd have been better after a print because I don't know if you'd be better with just a solid block of kind of kid on hair because I felt like I could see all the hair, but like, why do I need to see a balding monkey? Like, what's the point of this? But I don't know if like at the time, like, oh look, we've made each individual hair in its head. Yeah, but you've only put 40 hairs in its head, so like,
The
like it should be different than that.
I think it looked alright
Um,
close up, but see when it was like they're running out the house, and
mhm.
it's like so like the POV was shooting through the window. You're seeing
Mhm.
it through the window, and it's like you see these wee monkeys running across the garden.
Yeah, yeah.
That looked really terrible.
Aye. I think things moving quickly, especially in that kind of old kind of CGI movie, are it's hard. It was hard back then, and it's just now because like our eyes are so used to such good CGI. I mean, we've said this before. Go and watch a movie from 2020 that had good CGI, and you'll be like, "Whoa, that looks terrible," because it's so good. So it gets better every year, and where you can just you can see all the breaks and the seams. So go back 30 years. There was a lot of good practical stunt effects. Like, see when they were driving like the car through like the shopping market, that was pretty cool. That was all just practical effects. Pretty sure they'd killed Van Pelt when they dropped all that stuff in him. Oh, that was the bit I was going to talk about. So there's a specific scene. It's when they're in the supermarket. Like Sir saves a lot. And from out of nowhere, the little boy makes like a trap.
Oh, like the Home
Like,
Alone dumbbell. The
yeah, he does like a
barbell
Home Alone trap.
trap.
I was like, what? Where did this come from? Just
Yeah.
out of nowhere, because he's never made any traps previously. He's never made traps,
Aye.
and he makes like a complex
Aye,
trap.
there's no hint of
To
him being like no super genius, but like smart prankster kind of character.
yeah, that's not been mentioned at all. And the trap he makes is terrifying
Yeah.
because the way it hits him, like that would have shattered that guy's legs off. Like,
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
he'd,
okay.
he'd be paralyzed.
Yeah, so the rest of the movie is just him like in traction trying to get his legs reattached. But yeah, that as well as watching, like, I don't know why this is happening because it's not that movie. If it'd been Home Alone the whole way through, fair enough. But it was never Home Alone, and he makes a complex trap while Van Pelt's shooting with live action ammunition. Obviously, you find out later on he wasn't really aiming for them; he was just trying to freak them out. But he didn't know that, so that was weird.
Did you miss the editing mistake in Jumanji? So,
Which one? So I'll rephrase that. Yes, I did.
Aye. So you know how Van Pelt was shooting the silencer, and you can hear the silencer go off.
Yeah.
So before then, when Alan gets arrested, and you see like Parish, Van Pelt
That's right. Yeah.
is
Okay.
shooting, and you see the wee bit of just dust.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
don't hear the special
There's no
effect.
bang, basically.
Like silence. I was like,
Yeah, so
that
it's
a
weird
mistake?
because later on he shoots the gun that makes noise.
But you still got the
I don't know if it was
silence
a
on it.
mistake or a choice. Yeah. I mean, I mean, again, it's one of these. You're right, but it's just one of these weird things that they put in the movie because they wanted that scene because they didn't want the guy to know that he was getting shot at for some
But then
reason.
Alan's looking a bit like he's
I'm
here.
being shot at.
So it's like,
Yeah.
what? It doesn't
That
make
really
sense.
weird scene. That weird scene where he arrests him, puts him in the back of the car, he convinces him he's Alan Pash, gets out, handcuffs him to the door for some reason, and then has to get back in the car and drive for the arm over his face. That was pretty funny. I was like, all right, that's a good joke, because he was just going to ditch you. Although I don't know why he didn't want to take his friend with him, because like,
I
why
don't
not?
think you trust him at the
Like,
same time.
yeah,
Maybe he's just
maybe just the way to put him
waiting
in
for his
danger.
moment and just arrest him again. It's like, no, you're fucking mental.
Yeah. So that was that. That was fine.
Do you know who was the first choice to be Alan?
Well, no, I do not.
So Tom Hanks was considered the role for Alan, but there was also 3 other actors: Dan Aykroyd, Harrison Ford, and Chevy Chase. Now, if Robin Williams did not play as Alan, who do you think would have been a better suiting with Tom Hanks, Dan Aykroyd, Harrison Ford, and Chevy Chase?
Tom Hanks, any day of the week. Dan Aykroyd, don't see it at all. Harrison Ford would actually be pretty funny, but Harrison Ford seems capable. Like, Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones. So if he'd came out of that jungle, he'd have tamed that jungle and he'd have beat the shit out of Van Pelt. Like, straight, Van Pelt would have shot at him once and he'd have went over, took the gun off him and just, like, pistol whipped him with it. Chevy Chase, never really liked Chevy Chase. But yeah, I could see Tom Hanks, very similar kind of. Yeah. I could see him doing a similar vibe to Robin Williams because he can. That was back in the 80s as well. Sorry, no, that was 90s. So no, that was post Forrest Gump as well, actually. But okay, yeah, I mean, you can do that kind of goofy humor.
Do you know who was meant to be Judy? Kirsten Dunst.
Which one was Judy? Oh, I do not know.
Scarlett Johansson.
Really?
Yeah. She auditioned and obviously it just went to Kirsten Dunst.
That is interesting. I am checking something out right now. Give me 2 seconds.
You don't believe me?
That's not. I don't believe you. I'm interested. Johansson. Right. So ScarJo is 41. Kirsten Dunst.
I would say roughly about the same.
Nah, she's older than that. Kirsten Dunst is my age. Yeah, she's 44. Not only is she my age, she's 1 month younger than me. Oh. So in 96, oh Christ, that's maths. I should have done this differently. ScarJo. So she'd been born in what 1986 then?
Mm-hmm.
So she'd only been 10.
They
No,
pro-
she'd been 1984, so she'd have been 12. Okay. I mean, I don't know what I don't want to type 12-year-old Scarlett Johansson into the
yeah,
internet,
so
to be honest.
let's not
I
go
feel
there.
like the internet might get me in trouble for that
Uh,
one. Okay, I mean, I'm interested in that chance to see if it was real because I don't know when she actually started acting. I can check that because that's not weird. Um, um,
I feel like she was in Full House. Was she not in Full House?
she could well have been, mate. I'm
Full
just
House,
having a
or whatever you
look.
call it.
Scarlett Scarjo. Do 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 ba do boop. First movie she was ever in was North, and that was in 1994. So that'd have been the year before.
Oh, right.
Okay, maybe.
Uh, do you know the meaning of Jumanji?
Jumanji. No, I've not got a clue.
Well, so people thought Jumanji in Zulu meant many effects, but when the author wrote Jumanji, he just made up.
All right, okay. So there's no real meaning. It's
No
just
real
she's made
meaning.
up in it. He's made.
I just
Yeah,
like that. I was like, yeah, that's
that's
cool.
just a fun word.
Um, Rob Mullins described acting against green screens for the CGI heavy scenes. He said it felt like he was on LSD. He had to pretend he was like hallucinating just to get through
Is there a tennis ball and a stick waving at him and that?
it. Oh, I don't know. It seemed we've not went through it. I really liked it. The gun shop scene when he's got obviously the old musket, or whatever you
Yeah,
want to call it.
it was
And
an element. Yeah,
and then the guy's like, oh, we've not made these since like 1901, and then he gets such
yeah,
a
yeah.
fucking super modern upgraded
He just
sniper.
gets him like just yeah, just like this cool like sniper shotgun thing.
Aye,
It's like with a big giant thing. And she's like, yeah, I'm just playing gold coins. He gets like, okie dokie. So that was pretty funny. Yeah, I mean that was you know that was before like Columbine and all that. So like
yeah.
you can still do that kind of thing.
Well, see the woman that's in the gun shop.
Hmm.
She was never credited for the film, and no one knows who she is till this day.
Well, really interesting.
So if anyone has any proof that they know who she
Put it in the
was,
comment section, please. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, random extra for she's like she was the craft service lady, and she was just like, okay, cool. No one knows who she is. That's really funny.
that's,
No, she was just there.
well, I mean, it was the same when we spoke about Jaws, Mind the Beach, the woman that got murdered.
Yeah.
They didn't know who she was until
Hmm.
she found, oh, she was actually in Jaws.
Till later on, she found out she was in shots. She had no idea.
Crazy.
That's funny. Hmm. Um. Yeah. So what else? Like, so that was a good scene. I'm trying to think of any other scenes we ought to talk about.
What about the ending?
How did you feel about it?
Sorry, if you had
Um.
something before that, on you go.
No, I was just trying to think because I mean, beyond that, like the film was fine. The ending, the ending was a little bit weird. See the final scene,
Mm-hmm.
because obviously you get the scene where they go back in time and that's them. They're back in their teenager bodies. They throw Jumanji into the ocean. Fine. Then they grow up, and then you kind of cut to this kind of like Christmas scene, where it's unclear to me how many kids they've had. Is Bonnie Hunt pregnant with her first child? Because they kind of wave to a baby as it goes by. The implication to me was they have lots of kids. Because even when later on when they meet the two young people, they're like, "Oh, we love kids." I'm like, "They have a lot of kids. Like, is that a thing? Like, do we care about that? Is that important? Like, why even bother and make her pregnant?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Uh,
It's just to show they have a family.
but then
Uh,
why did they not just show,
nice.
like when they're talking to Judy and Peter's fame, like Manda, say, "Oh, these are my wins." Why not just that?
Yeah, it just, I don't know. I'm guessing the implication is happy family is what they're trying to say. They grew up, they had another family, and they love kids, so having more kids. He talks to his dad on the phone and says that he can't wait to see him and that. So that's all nice. Gets wrapped up in a big bow. I actually thought the kids would know who they were when they spoke to them.
No, because I feel like that asks more questions though.
You're right, but in the new Jumanji movies, they do know who they are because they know who Colin Hanks's character is, and he goes back in time.
What do you mean? Oh,
Well, you've seen the.
yeah, aye, but that's because.
It's not because
Oh
of anything.
no,
It's
no,
because
you're
that.
right. You're actually right there.
Yeah,
Aye,
yeah. Because if it was the same if it was the same rules, then
Well,
Colin Hanks would remember everything, and they would remember nothing because he
technically,
went back in time.
technically, all the Jumanjis do connect because in
Yeah,
the one, whatever Jonas Brothers in Jumanji, he says, "Oh, this is
yeah.
a guy called Alan Parrish. He was the one that made this hideout,"
Hmm.
and that also splices in that they all connect.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, sure, so you actually find out that the Jumanji world he got sucked into was actually pretty cool. Like it was actually pretty awesome where he went,
Yeah, it's like
like because they have.
Alan's just bitching.
He's just whining, but he had like this cool house that he lived in. There was people over there that you could go and hang out with if you wanted to. We had all kinds of fun
He just
adventures.
made shit up.
Um, yeah, he's whining. Oh, boo hoo! I got to live in this cool video game world for 30 years and be awesome with all my extra lives and stuff. But no, it was again. It's movies, blah blah blah. Who cares? You're right. They're probably like this is more confusing because also have they grown up since they were babies and remembered this?
But then,
Or how traumatizing would it be if they turned up, remembered their parents dying, and also their parents were still
it's like,
alive?
oh, I've got to go for this
Like,
again.
so, well, imagine they're growing up like, by the way, mum and dad, that we know when you die.
We know your dad.
Like, so that's probably why they wiped them. Like, Jumanji's went, nah, that's far too traumatic. You're getting your memories wiped.
Well,
Um,
I've got a few questions about that. Well, I've
Good
got a
then.
few questions for you. Sally would love this question if she was here.
Hmm.
Is Jumanji secretly a film about trauma?
Trauma and loss. They do deal with trauma quite a lot. You have to deal with the trauma of growing up and like not knowing if your parents love you, of isolationism, being alone for 30 years in the jungle. Although since we've learned the jungle is awesome and he had a cool house. He was always being hunted by Van Pelt, I suppose, which must have been annoying.
Yeah.
But Van Pelt can't find his house apparently. Maybe he didn't always hunt him. There was certainly elements of dealing with trauma. It wasn't like just a fun adventure movie. There was a lot of like, you know, if you don't show the appropriate amount of love to your children, do they grow up to be emotionally stunted? There was a lot of that.
Yeah, and it's like about masculinity in a small way.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know what is to be a man? Like, do you have to face your problems head on? Is it okay to like bring backup? You know, face your fears. My fears getting the shit kicked out of me by five guys. Dad, could you give me a hand, please? You want me to fight five guys? No matter how good at fighting I am, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. So there is that. You know. But yeah, I guess it's a muddled message to me.
Well,
What do you think?
aye, like, it's clearly traumatic. It's clearly about trauma. So like even I don't know how to explain this in a good way. So obviously Sarah and Alan get together, and obviously
Aye.
the way they kind of get together is through trauma, and that's basically the worst relationship to be in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you should not get together with someone because you went through something so traumatic that you
Yeah,
just can't be without. You're now codependent. Yeah.
because that's what I thought was really weird. It's like so now they're together because they're literally trauma bonded. That's the fucking worst thing to be. So
Yep. No argument.
so technically Jumanji has basically made a lot of relationships. Nice one.
Mhm. Trauma
Fucking
bond. Fantastic.
unreal. This is the other thing I've got to ask. What does the jungle represent psychologically?
I do not have an answer for that, Logan. It represents being awesome, I guess, and having a great time in the jungle.
Okay, if you didn't if the other Jumanji films did not exist and you didn't know what the jungle represented in that, what do you think for Alan's?
I was him facing his fears, I guess, because the jungle would be full of scary things. Also surviving, I guess, because he managed to survive there for 26 years, which is fairly like if I dropped my child in the jungle, he would be dead. Right, so he was a pretty resilient kid.
Mythbusters, let's try it.
How many kids we dropped 400 kids in the jungle, and then we came back 26 years later to see how many were alive. The answer will surprise you. Not really, it's zero. They all died. I guess maybe you drop enough kids, eventually one of them would live.
Ah,
Anyway, so yeah.
put your comment in the comment section.
Would your child live or die if you left them in the jungle for 26 years? Did you know it was a cartoon?
Yeah. So I didn't know the cartoon, but I did see that Van Pelt was also in the cartoon.
Hmm. The reason I mentioned it is because I remember watching the cartoon growing up, right? And again, I drifted in. It was one of those things that was like on, the kids' TV channel. So you'll see like one season and it's never on again, so you don't know what happened to
Mm-hmm.
it. But I googled it after I watched this movie to see how it happened. It had 40 episodes and it had an ending.
Really?
That
Didn't it
was
just
my
get
exact reaction.
didn't
They
it
actually
just get
had a
cancelled?
proper last episode and they finished it. It didn't just get, cancelled out of nowhere, so like you never know what happened. They had a proper final episode with an ending, and then that was the end of
But
it.
usually, a lot of the films that turn into TV shows for like brief periods.
Mm,
The one I could think of was Harry and the Hendersons. That had a TV show. I think that
hmm.
had one season, and then that cancelled. The Indiana Jones kind of young Indiana Jones,
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah. Well, I was genuinely taken aback. So I'm going to Google this. I googled it, looked at it, and I thought, let's see how it ended. Because I thought I'm not going to watch this.
Van
I was
Pelt
like, yeah,
gets shot.
that last episode they work out how to deal with it. There was something to do with like clues every week, and he couldn't leave because he didn't have his clue. And in the last episode, they find his clue, they solve it, and that's it. It's all resolved and it ends. I'm like, wow, that's really good. They never end things anymore. Especially in the '90s, they're all setting up the next season because they want to get more
Aye.
money. Whereas they must have been like, no, 40 episodes, boom, we're finished.
So, what is
Good
the
for
whole
them.
story for the cartoon? Do you know?
They take elements of the movie, but it's not like the same. The Bonnie Hunt's character's not in it at all. It's all the anti, and every week they have to play the game, and they get like some kind of clue, and then they get sucked into the game, and then they've got to like solve the riddle,
Hmm.
and then they get out of the game. But they're spending it trying to find Alan's clue, and once they find that, then he can get out of the game as well. But so every week it's like just Monster of the Week, a little kind of fun story adventure. Then after 3 seasons, they find a magic mirror
So
and
it's
he gets to leave.
so it's technically just another timeline then.
Yeah, it's effectively yeah. They took the elements they wanted. It's nothing to do with the movie other than they used some of the same character names.
I was going to say, although this was basically half CGI and half practical, what do you think made better for the immersion of the film?
Uh, my ability to ignore bad CGI and dated effects is what made it more immersive. I would say the practical effect. I'm always a practical effects guy. Practical effects are better.
Mhm.
Um, but it was dated. But I would say practical effects all the way.
I would say the same.
Hmm.
Even if it's the stupid stuff, I
Uh,
was like, it still worked in a way.
I'd rather it's like see when it's there. It's better that it's there and looks bad as opposed to not there and looks bad. Like because instead, like
Well, imagine
it's a
the
testament
the
to.
vine scene. Imagine that was CGI. That would look terrible.
Oh, well, to be fair, the plants were probably the best rendered things in terms of like the props because it's a bit easier to make things that look planty
Hmm.
than it is to make CGI things that look especially in 1995 or whatever it was.
See if this was filmed today. Do you think it would have been?
It has been twice.
Sorry. If this specific Jumanji film was filmed today, do you think it would be toned down?
I had like a really obvious answer to say there, but no, what I'd say is I think they would have changed elements to the story because I definitely think that they kept some of the kind of arcs, but I think they'd have toned down some of the stuff. Absolutely, yeah, they definitely would have toned it down because a lot of stuff's like quite in your face. Like the dad stuff is quite harsh. Um, but yeah, I think they had to remove a couple of kind of darker elements to it because it was like again quite dark for a kids movie.
Yeah.
But it was the '90s, so they just didn't.
Well,
No one cared. It's like the '80s. Just nobody cared. Just
this
traumatize
was
those kids.
the 10th. This was number 10 on the highest grossing family film of that year.
Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah.
I've got one more last question is, do you think this is what any Robin Williams' layered characters?
Um, Not really. No. I mean, he was definitely like we said, he was a toned down version of himself. I did read something that said that one of the reasons they were worried about casting was the amount of improvisation, the improv he would
Aye.
do. But they actually said to him at the time, like, look, do it as written, and then you can do some improv stuff. But like, we want as the scene's supposed to be, and then if you do something better, we'll maybe work with it. But I do think it was. I mean, again, he was just playing some guy that had been like a bad relationship with his dad. he's certainly more of an everyman. He's not a funny man in this. He's more like the straight man in this movie.
I think
But as for
he's the
layers,
I think he's the everyman try to be funny to get over the fucking shit he's been through.
yeah, that's if you think of the stuff, he's always does like the impressions. He always does like the kind of rubber facedness.
Mm-hmm.
But
I doesn't do
he
like that.
also like then this one. No, he doesn't. He's no mugging to the camera. I think he makes a couple of quips in that, but like nothing too on the nose.
Do you know? I just forgot what we've
Yeah,
not even spoke about. Peter
but
turning into the monkey.
yeah,
I don't know. I've never.
one of the better effects in the movie, actually. Yeah,
Nah.
that poor kid was 2.5 hours in makeup for 2 months. I say that poor kid. He's a 44-year-old man now. But yeah,
It transforms Mayor. Like, so see when
yeah.
he first had like no, the face wasn't done yet. So like it was just the hands.
You can see him slipping back as it goes on. He's becoming more monkeyish
Aye.
as it goes on because he grows the tail and everything.
See when before he had the tail and it's just his face and that. Do you know what he reminded me? He just
Yeah.
reminded me of Teen Wolf.
Yeah. A bit of Team Wolf about it.
I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of Michael J. Fox here.
Hmm.
But when they got the monkey nose in that, I was like, yeah, I hate this.
Well, how much longer does this kid have to go before he's just full on monkey?
Yeah.
But yeah, they saved the day, so it was fine.
I wouldn't mind it if they just done it was half monkey. I think that would have been a wee bit
Yeah,
better.
I didn't need this. Yeah, like you don't need to turn him into a monkey.
It just reminded me of the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes. I know, obviously, because it's still monkey related, but you know what I mean.
No. But that was that was a good effect, and the kid had to like act through that as well, which isn't easy.
It's
But
gonna
yeah,
be tough for him. Plus,
as I said, 2.5 hours of makeup every day for 2 months.
Well,
Because
not
I did
even
look
that,
that up.
'cause
Like, what else going on?
at the age of him, like children have got a certain time frame to film stuff.
Yeah,
So that must have been
like that's a nightmare. That's what I'm saying. Like that's like the shooting schedule alone. But again, like whatever he was, 12 at the time or whatever he was, like he had to sit for hours in that and then do acting and then like I don't know if they said the same rules back in the 90s. Actually, they probably had them doing like 18 hours. So, did you enjoy the movie, Logan?
It felt like those low budget, dodgy, like shitty channel movies. You see,
Yeah, TV movies. Yeah.
that's what it just felt like. Like if you didn't have Robin Williams in it and just replace him with some random guy, I think it would be like that. But with Robin,
Yeah, Robin Williams definitely was the star power behind the movie because without him, that movie doesn't exist.
I thought it was alright.
I do think the newer Jumanjis are a massive improvement on this. Like, I think they are charming and funny, and I like all the characters and the actors. I think they work great together. I'm glad I watched this, but I mean, I could probably live my whole life and never watch this movie again.
I, I would say I would like to rewatch it again in the future, but I wouldn't be like wanting to rewatch right away.
I'd rewatch it with director's commentary. See if I could do that. Remember that was a thing. I don't know if that's still a thing anymore.
Oh, it's somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find it.
Well, so you want to rewatch this again?
Nah, no man, no any great rush to it. It's not gonna be like a yearly rewatch of Jumanji. Maybe one day if I've got grandkids, I'd stick it on.
Aye, I mean it's kind of came iconic.
I'd maybe actually saying that I'd maybe do like the Jumanjis, Zathura, and then the new Jumanjis, and then like the third one of them, which is coming up as well.
Yeah.
That might be quite an interesting watch.
Aye, that just
Um,
board games.
yeah, it's just board games, the movies. Watch this, then watch Clue, and then watch I don't know the Monopoly movie, if that exists. Could actually just do Zathura.
We'll talk about it first after.
We'll do it in the group chat. We'll do it in the group chat. Yeah, that's fine.
Aye, literally like and subscribe.
Yeah, like, subscribe, leave comments. We like it when people leave comments. Put comment on like wherever he uploads this thing to. Is it Apple or something? Whatever podcasting, rate us and then like give us a nice comment, or rate us really high and give us a nasty comment. I don't think good comments matter as long as they exist.
Yeah, just slate us. We don't care.
Yeah, whatever, just slate us or give us comments and stuff. It does help the algorithm. Apparently, the podcasts I listen to say that.
Well, bye bye.
Bye bye.